What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for checking these out. Seagull. Now, I know where this is. I know where you are right now. I know where I made this video to put. However, I really think we should shut the internet off for 1 day a week. Just one. If we can figure out what day that would be, midweek, ban for brains, Sundays, cancel for Christ. Whatever day that it is, we need to shut it off for just 1 day a week to help society, I feel. One reason, there's just too much information. Way too much. So much information, we don't even all hear about this information. If there was a giant crab attacking Cincinnati, there's so much stuff going on constantly that there are people in Cincinnati that wouldn't know that. There'd be people walking down the streets at Cincinnati holding a coffee, watching a video of a woman shaking her ass, while not knowing that on the other side of town there's a giant crab throwing a bus at Cleveland. Wouldn't know. So much stuff going on, too. There's so much information happening that we don't even have time to process the information that is being told to us. If you did hear, oh, look, a giant crustacean has become radioactive, walked out of the Pacific, and is in Cincinnati right now. Before we even figured out what to do with that, should we hit it with missiles? Should we put it in a giant bowl of water and walk it back to the ocean? Should we chop it up and feed it to the hungry? Before we even figured out what to do with that, here's some other wild news story. Here's some other thing that we got to focus on. Oh, look, there's a giant ferret attacking San Francisco. Move over, crab. No time to figure out what's going on over here. We got a ferret laying in the middle of the Golden Gate Bridge. Also, an unlimited supply of women shaking their asses covered in oil. There's too much being thrown at us every day, and our brains cannot handle this. And you can see that by walking around the earth and just looking at people. We're not doing good. We're cooked. We are cooked. We don't live in the same reality at all. If there was a giant crab attacking a city, there's enough internet going on and enough cookedness of heads that there'd be people going, there's no crab. That's not a crab. It's mirrors. It's giant mirrors set up by the deep state to steal our taxes. And there's enough people on the internet that would go, yep, I didn't see a crab. Yeah, I saw the video of a crab eating a guy. But, like, come on, can you prove it's a crab? Can you prove it's a crab? Can you prove that if before the internet got here, you wouldn't be living in a shed, eating cigarettes by a creek, saying these insane things? And a lot of people just believe the last thing that they hear. You see a video of a giant crab, you believe it. You see a video of somebody saying there is no giant crab, you believe it, because there's not enough time. Here's more info. Here's more oiled asses being shook at you. Here's another video of a mother sliding down a driveway. There's too much. And with all of the too much, we have no real empathy for people at all. It's just like kind of gone. You watch something enough through a magic box that none of it seems real anymore. Everything just becomes a giant joke. If there were a giant crab attacking Cincinnati, wouldn't even be trying to figure out what to do with it. People would just be making jokes. Look at this. This is what happens when Red Lobster gets pissed. As a crab jams its legs directly inside of a family's chest, there'd be people going, yeah, it's pretty funny. Haha, did you see that video? Here's another woman shaking around. Shut the internet off. We clearly cannot deal with all of this. We're not supposed to be able to read every book or even access it in 66 point nothing seconds. Can't do it. You look at Apple Music. It's like, sign up for Apple Music. We have 1.6 billion songs. Sick. That's exactly what I need today. I need to be able to choose between every song from Mozart to Machiavelli. Can that happen? Can I hear the first song ever made? 2 cave people banging rocks on an antelope skull. Can I hear all of this? Is that possible? Can I look at every single book and every single movie? And you talk to people about this, about shutting the internet off. And people go, what? How are you going to do that? First of all, everything would collapse. You know, planes and hospitals run on the internet. Okay, great. Well, I'm not trying to be crazy here. Planes aren't doing so good. Secondly, we used to do hospitals without the internet, but fine. Keep the internet for hospitals, transportation. Past that, what are we doing? What are we doing? What's the fight for? You can't shut it off for 1 day? What are you trying to hang on to? Some of the thoughts. What if I leave my house without my phone and I can't get a hold of my sister. How are you going to get a hold of your sister if there was the internet and you still didn't have your phone? What are you going to do? Just punch your face directly into a mainframe? What are you talking about? How am I going to check my bank balance? Grow up. How am I going to order something online? Do it the day before, the day after. It's not enough to because you want cupcakes every single day of the week doesn't mean that it is worth us melting our heads. And the people that say things like, just use your own discipline. First of all, how are you going to do that when every single thing is connected to the internet? Your phone, your watch, your tablet, a little box in your house that you can ask questions to. Alexa, internet me. Your TV, your toaster, your fridge, every single thing has the internet on it. And not just in your house. You go into somebody else's house, they got the internet. You walk into any single building anywhere, a coffee shop, a hospital, onto a plane, mechanics, anywhere you are, they got a Wi-Fi password, and they'll give it to you because why stop? Why stop drinking from the trough of content? Why do that? Why do that and have your head hurt when you could just melt your face constantly and drink butter? Just shut it off for one day a week so we can slowly start to get back to some sort of reality that we all exist in. Because the internet makes it, obviously, just bubbles of stuff. I'm over here, I believe this. I'm over here, I believe this. Okay, great. And we're all just going to walk outside and walk together? That's going to be a good time. Because even the people that do have the discipline to stay off the internet constantly, they go to the woods, they're touching leaves, they're meditating, then they come back. They come back, and they're just watching butter-covered people eat content, melted, not taking the time to figure out any of the content that is being thrown into their face. A bill could be passed today that is anybody can kill anybody at any point in time. There would be jokes about it. There would be memes made about it. There would be videos being like, can you believe this? 2 hours later, we're on to another thing. We're just done with it because maybe a celebrity's shirt fell off or a basketball player broke his ass while trying to dunk, or again, a father riding a tractor falls off of a cliff and explodes. Great. So what happened to that bill? Go outside and find out. Maybe you can be killed. Maybe you can kill somebody else. Doesn't matter. We don't have time to figure it out. We don't have time to look at it. Shut it off for one day a week. Just one. Just one. And we could slowly start to get back to some sort of a normal. There's countries that Sweden and Japan slow down their internet on 1 day a week. That's great. Making it harder to use. So when you go onto it, you're like, you know what, man? Screw it. I got to wait 4 minutes for Google to even start up. I'm going outside. I'm touching a bonsai tree. I can't keep doing this. If we had dial-up, there was less people on the internet when there was dial-up. There was about 4 people at the time who would just use unlimited internet when there was dial-up. They would sit there, wait for days. They would wait for days for a video of a woman shaking her ass to finally be downloaded for them to use. Everybody else was like, screw it. I will go try to find a woman who will shake her ass. Or I will go see if there is a giant crab attacking Cincinnati personally. I mean, there's just way too much at all times. And the things that people, how am I going to watch a movie? Buy it. How am I going to listen to music? Buy it. How am I going to play a video game? Buy it. I mean, I can't. What? So the option is everybody's just kind of like mildly depressed at all points in time, melting their head, cooking their brain, getting rid of all of the wrinkles in it solely so that at any given moment of the day you can watch Notting Hill. Why? Please, God, who does this help? Definitely not us. Whoever made the internet, I guarantee would not be like, yeah, I think you should use it every single day. Because again, the people that are like, just use your discipline. Okay, why did we stop marketing cigarettes to kids? Why did we put warnings on cigarettes? Just use your discipline. Use your discipline. Don't go into your pocket, take out a Camel, and blow it into a 10-year-old's face. Use your discipline. People had to be told. Things had to be looked at. And I think we've gotten to a point in society when any single thing that happens is just a weird joke fest until nothing gets done at all. We've reached that point where you go, okay, maybe an unlimited supply of every single thing that's ever been made or written or exists should be open to me at all times 24/7. I think we need to shut the internet off for 1 day a week. Just one. Ban for brains, cancel for Christ. Let me know what you think. Maybe I'm completely insane. Maybe we need more internet. Maybe we need to invent an 8th day. That's called the internet day, where 24 hours of that day, you just internet. You never turn it off. You glare at a screen and you just drool. Let me know. Comment, subscribe. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for checking these out. See you all later.